Welcome back to the channel. Well, we've got something special today. We're actually going to be doing more of a slideshow presentation than anything else. And as you can see here in this photo, we discovered something pretty cool. It's a 1960 cab, and I was alerted to this from a mate who was actually a floor polisher, and he said, "Oh, I found this ute, and it's sitting in a paddock in a tiny barn, and it's covered in all this rubbish, and you got to get down here and check it out." So yeah, we discovered where it was, and went to this farm, and lo and behold, yeah, she's a twin light Australian single cab, 1960, and great condition, really. So what we'll do is we'll go through these pictures just to get you up to date, and then I'll actually start putting in some video clips of the restoration process. So most of this, these still shots are just of the process of us picking it up and getting it back to my mate's place, and then going from there. So the story was, I was actually contacted by a surf buddy who was polishing some floors in this little town, and he said, "Yeah, look, there's a single cab here. You want to come and check it out?" And of course, I went and had a look at it, and I thought, "Oh yeah, look, it was a little bit too much money for my liking." So fast forward a few years, and a buddy of mine actually asked me if it was still available, and I said, "Oh, look, let's just give the guy a ring." And sure enough, it was still there in the barn, and we contacted him and went around and had a look at it, and he sort of informed us that he had bone cancer, and he was not going to be around for much longer, and we kind of grabbed it off him, and we were going to try to get it restored quickly to show him, and sadly that didn't happen, and he passed away. But we've soldiered on with it, and we're hoping to get it done by this Christmas time. Obviously with COVID and everything happening, it slowed us down with the restoration process, but we're getting pretty close. So anyway, what we'll do, we'll go through these photos and just show you a couple of the ones from the barn. They're quite cool. Sit back, grab a coffee, relax, and enjoy this 1960 single cab ute in its glory as we found it, and the process of getting it back to the house and cleaning it up. Okay, so I thought I'd stop the music just to give you an update on this little rat here. Crazy story. I was actually, when we were cleaning out the ute, I was unscrewing the door card off the front driver's door, and that dead rat was inside behind the card. And I was just thinking, well, how did it get in there? There was no way that rat could get inside the door card because it was completely screwed shut. So to this day, we still don't know how that rat got in behind the door card and was basically in the cavity of the front door. And of course, once I actually pulled out the bench seat, that's when the two live rats actually came racing out at me from that little hole. They'd made a nest in there, and that scared the bejesus out of me. So quite a interesting little story there. Anyway, we'll get back to the music now. Okay, so this is where we started the restoration process, and we went straight to the chassis. The rails did have quite a bit of rust in them where the outriggers and dog legs connect, and it's a pretty typical spot where the splitties do rust. So we did have to actually cut quite a bit of rusty metal out and surgically remove it and put some new pieces in, and then that's where we started cutting more and more out and finding more and more rust, and of course it just steamrolls from there. So anyway, continue with these new batch of photos, and once these are done, then we actually go into the video. I've taken a few videos of some of the repaired processes, so enjoy. Okay people, so here is where we start some video footage. As you can see, we've got it on the rotisserie at my mate's house. We have actually cut a bit of the rust out of the front nose, lower nose section there, and makes it a lot easier obviously having a rotisserie to be able to flip it on its side and work on it. We've cleaned out most of the rust, as you can see by the past photos. Done quite a bit of the repairs. You can see here, just looking in the cabin, it's in really good condition for its age. I mean, there's really no rust there at all. There's a few pinholes. We did have to put that section in there. New floor. We've deleted the back of the shelf there, and that's going to be re-put in again once we repaired it. But yeah, brand new floor. The ribs have to go across it. They're all brand new. That one there's the fuel tank divider separators, and we're going to try to keep as much as this original Gulf blue colour as we can. There will be some fixing up, trying to blend the paints. And yeah, you can see on this side here we've got some repairs done there in the corner, and this lower section here, this lower 6 inches, has all been repaired, and we'll have to blend in the paint. And yeah, she's looking pretty good. A little bit of floor work there to do, and obviously the front nose cone. So apart from that, it's actually in reasonably good condition. It really is quite an amazing find for it to be sitting there for so long. No rust in the rails up there on the roof, and was really the back cabin, the back section here that got the most of the brunt of the rust. So we've got all those top ribs remade, and they'll be getting welded in, and yeah, she's not too far away from being completed. Obviously with COVID, stage 4 restrictions for us here in Victoria, we've had to kind of stop working on it for now. Hopefully we can start again in another 2 weeks' time. But as you can see there, she's looking a lot cleaner. Alright, so we'll continue on with this beautiful job here.
So you can see the underneath of this ute is pretty Mickey Mouse. So we're going to get rid of the spray. All this is all been sandblasted, and we've treated it with a kill rust solution. And yeah, we're ready to put some epoxy on it, some 2K primer epoxy. That'll just seal it up from the elements, and then we can continue getting all this done. So yeah, we're just doing a little bit more masking up, just masking up all the areas that need to be done, and we'll go from there. So
Okay people, here we go. We've got this all nicely painted. That's one coat, and this is like a chassis really hard paint. We have got some seam sealer we've been putting in. Got a little bit of black seam sealer, got a bit of white. It's all happening, yeah. So it actually looks like a top coat colour, but it's a metallic primer. Yeah, so it kind of looks like a finished product, but this is all going to be Gulf Blue. But yeah, we've just gone around all the seams and you know, just covered them all up so we don't get any moisture and rust and all that bad stuff. Yeah, so we've done that side, and come around here. Starting to look like a ute again. Yeah, so I've got a couple more cartridges to get, but you can see I just run a bead around the jacking points and then run that bead all the way down, just so no water can get in amongst that panel. You can see same thing over there. Just run it down and along the bottom and along the top up there. So yeah, no, she's all coming along. We'll just keep plodding along. I'll just give you a quick update on the 1960 Aussie ute. Cheers, mate.